Chris.
And I'm Cynthia.
And we're the Hanyon family.
So today is April Fool's Day, and we were going to try and come up with some kind of prank we could do, but it didn't work out that way.
No.
So instead we just decided today we're going to do some musical comedy for you guys.
Yeah.
So I chose Tim Minchin off of our list.
Mm-hmm.
It was suggested by Peter Dubois,
Mm-hmm.
and the song is Rock and Roll Nerd.
Rock and Roll Nerd.
We really like Tim Minchin, what we know of him.
Mm-hmm.
He always makes us laugh.
Oh, yeah. He's really smart and funny.
Yes. Very clever.
And a hell of a piano player.
Really? Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, we're quite interested in this.
Yeah.
Rock and Roll Nerd.
Maybe next year we'll come up with a good prank for you guys.
Maybe next year, yeah.
But this year we just decided rock and roll comedy. Yeah. Why not?
We were just kind of unprepared for any kind of prank. It takes a little while to plan these things,
Yeah.
Next year for sure. Maybe.
Maybe. For sure, maybe, huh?
For sure, maybe. Well, we can't let them in. If we decide to do it, then...
Well, yeah, exactly right.
Then
they'll forget.
Then they'll be expecting it, right?
They'll forget by then.
We'll see. All right. So, yeah, we'll get into it. This is Tim Minchin with Rock and Roll Nerd.
He doesn't have a problem with drugs. He just doesn't get them. He's fine that his mates have tattoos, but he thinks they'll regret them. He likes going to pubs, but he hates it when the music's too loud. He tends not to go to rock concerts, 'cause he can't stand the crowds. But all he's ever wanted to be is a rock star on Rage or MTV. But he knows that it's not fucking likely. He just turned 30. He knows that he will always be a rock and roll nerd. He'll keep writing songs the world will never hear, and though they won't be heard, he'll just keep writing. Oh yeah, but you see the problem is he always dreamt of being a star, but he learned piano instead of guitar, which in the 90s didn't get you very far. So while the other kids were learning Stairway, he was the piano to their forte. But he was convinced one day he'd rock their fucking asses and be an icon for the disenfranchised masses, and grow his hair long and rebel against the state. But just for now that'd have to wait, 'cause he's running late for his morning classes, and he will always be a rock and roll nerd. He'll keep playing gigs that no one knows about, and though it sounds absurd, he'll just keep playing. Oh yeah, but you see the problem is there's not much depth in what he's singing. He's a victim of his upper middle class upbringing, so he can't write about the hood or bling bling. So he sits and imagines his girlfriend is dead, to try and evoke some angst in his middle class head. But the bitch is always fine at 9:30 when they go to bed. And he's not spent a single night in prison. He has no issues with nutrition. He has no drinking problem and no drug addiction, unless you count the drugs they put in chicken. And marijuana always tends to make him cough. He doesn't look good with his t-shirt off, and when he tries to act tough, you can tell he's tricking.
This is so fun.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. No, I that's very familiar territory. I know a few people like that.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Maybe a bit myself too, I always wanted to be a rock star. That would have been a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Or, top DJ for something, or, whatever. Anything where I could be, super famous and people just loving me and groupies all over me would have been great. But again, middle class upbringing, had no real problems aside from bullying as a child. Whatever, I get over it. And it's just how it is.
Yeah.
I don't have any angst to write stuff about.
No, not really.
I just never really felt. I never had that artistic drive in that way. When other people wrote, I was great at singing their stuff, and that got me in a band in my 30s. But hardly a rock star band. But it was just an interesting time, where I finally got to do something with it. Again, it wasn't, incredible. And, that happens. We just live our lives.
But this is good, though. He's really good at playing piano, like you mentioned.
He's
and his vocal's really good. Yeah. And obviously his writing is so clever.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's super well trained. He must have went to school for music. And really, he's particularly good at this.
Yeah, no kidding.
And he's really funny.
Oh, yeah. I love his imagination.
I wish I was nearly as funny as he was.
Let's continue.
Right.
While his mates will go out late, popping pills and having fun, he goes home and showers and gets a good 8 hours. He gets his thrills from his morning run. And while his mates will go on dates, taking speed and drinking cans of Jim Beam, he stays home and cooks, curls up with the book with the girl he's had since he was 17. Cause he's never really been part of the scene. Give him Guns N' Roses, he'll take Queen. He's more into Beatles than the Stones. He's more of Stevie Wonder than Ramones. And he's never owned a panel van. He never shot a Pantera band. He doesn't know the difference between metal and thrash. He couldn't tell you nothing about Axl and Slash. He likes Ben Folds and the Jackson 5. He knows all the words to Staying Alive. And though he wants to be all grungy and cool, he spent 11 years at a private school. So it don't matter how he tries, he cannot hide behind his rock and roll lies. Cause you've either got it or you don't. Yeah, you'll either rock it or you won't. You've either got it or you don't. Rock it or you won't. You've either got it or you don't. He knows that his music lacks depth, but it just can't be helped. He has nothing interesting to say, so he writes about himself. But he doesn't want to seem self-obsessed, so he writes in third person. In an attempt to seem more rock and roll, but he suspects it's not working. And deep in his heart he knows that he'll never be Silverchair or Eskimo Joe. And even if he was quite pretty with small pants like Kylie, he knows that he will always be a rock and roll nerd. He'll keep writing songs the world don't care about. Though it sounds absurd, he'll just keep writing. You can criticize him, but he won't care, cause he wants to rock, and he will never be deterred. But he'll always be a fucked up little try-hard wannabe rock and roll nerd.
Gee, I wonder if that was about him.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
I could totally see that. Like when he was younger, he was probably very uncomfortable around the big crowds. And he still kind of is, as long as he's not behind his piano.
Exactly.
Did you notice?
Yeah.
When he gets out from behind that piano, he seems a little uncomfortable.
Yeah. And he's pretty self-deprecating too. So
yeah.
that's what's good about his humor.
Yeah.
He's really, a lot of times he's just making fun of himself.
But I mean, he is very talented, so.
Yeah.
And obviously he gets the crowds coming out. Everybody knows who he is, you know?
Yeah.
So rock and roll nerd or not, he made it. So
he made it a different way.
That's right.
He used his talents and he got himself on because he's funny.
He is funny.
As long as he sing about how stupid his life is, and
he didn't let anything hold him back, even though he wasn't traditional rock star material.
No.
You know?
Besides, I like all the stuff you just mentioned too.
Oh, it's so much fun though, listening to him every time. I
know. He's, like I said, super talented, super funny. This is really great stuff. And I like that he added a band to that too, because I remember seeing a lot of, these ones that I did see of him, there was no band. It was just him and a piano. And the improvement is quite good.
Yeah. This was really great. So thank you very much for that request. It was definitely appreciated. Don't forget to check us out over on Patreon. It's only $3 a month and we're adding stuff there all the time. Also, like and subscribe to our channel, share with your family and friends, click that notification bell if you don't want to miss a video, and don't forget to enjoy yourself. Later.
Later.